Have you ever used technology as a babysitter? Like, seriously, have you? I know I have. Maybe sometimes I'm trying to finish up that laundry or finish emptying the dishwasher, make dinner for the night, or I'm trying to help one child with their homework and the other one keeps interfering, or maybe I'm trying to finish up that last phone call or that last email for work and I just need them to be occupied. I know also sometimes what happens is when there's arguments break out in my house, I'm like, you take this and go to your room and you take that and go to the other room. And I have used that many times, and sometimes it works to my advantage and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes what I found as my kids are getting older is that they want their technology more and more, and so I have to set up some guidelines and some borders and parameters for our home. Like, have you ever heard one of your kids say to you when you're telling them to get off their phones, or it's a non-electronic time, or hey, get your head out of your phone, and they say to you, well, you're always looking at your phone. I mean, it's not like I'm just scrolling on Instagram or checking out Snapfish and snapping cute pictures of myself. I'm usually getting work done. Well, most of the time at least. So I have realized that there is a special time when technology is important, it helps us, and then there's times that we need to put it away. And so today we're going to be talking about how to use technology and how to put up parameters and safeguards in your home and find that happy balance with tech time. So if you want to gain control of technology in your home, you want to find the right balance. I mean, I know we need to use technology. We need to be in the times. We want our kids to be in the times. It's going to be their future. We want them to be able to use it and know how to use it. So if you're looking at how to find that right balance and also still gain meaningful conversations with your kids, meaningful conversations with your spouse, and not have everybody constantly staring at their technology, then that's what we're going to talk about today. You're in the right place. My name is Blair Critch, and I help success-driven women keep their overachiever status while reducing stress, increasing energy without sacrificing time with your precious family. So today we're going to talk about, you're a working mom. You're trying to balance it all. We're trying to juggle multiple things and do that in the nooks and crannies of our life, right? And technology is a constant. It's something that's not going away. It's something that, that we really need clear rules to be drawn, right? Because it's not going to be something that we can just take away. And I learned once at a technology seminar at my children's school, one of the things that they said was, don't just take away all those things from your kids because you don't understand it. You need to learn it, you need to use it, and you need to set up rules and parameters so that your kids will learn how to do that, not only for now while they're children, but for when they become college age students and adults. Because we know that when people are going to apply for jobs, people are checking their social media platforms. But not only that, they're asking them questions about how they know how to use their computers, use their laptops. A lot of businesses are going to cloud-based business opportunities where when your children are ready to get into the workforce, they probably won't even have a brick and mortar building to go to. They'll be working from their own home and working with a team globally. So we've got to make sure that they know how to use technology. It's an important skill. But we also need to make sure that they have communication skills and that we're not losing our communication skills as adults. Yes, the world might be going to a lot more cloud-based businesses, but you still have to have the right mannerism and the right communication to be able to be a great leader in your job, to be able to be a great communicator in your business or opportunity, and to have a successful marriage. Let's be honest. Communication is so important. And if we're always like this, how are we going to have that great communication? So it is vitally important. And let me start off by saying, I've learned from a lot of other successful moms out there. I am constantly asking the people who I think are super successful with their business or their career, but are also great moms who are also really engaged in their children's lives, have great marriages. I'm constantly asking them, what are you doing? How is that working? So if that's something that you feel like too, I want to cordially invite you to our group, Blessed Mama Bosses, because I've asked all of them to join me there, and I'm asking lots of other people just like you, and I would love for you to join us. And that's where we really communicate, inspire, motivate, push each other, give each other life hacks, mom hacks, and really give each other great ideas. And from one of those ideas, I learned about a book called Techwise Families, and it's by Andy Crouch. And in his book, he has some amazing commandments for technology that he and his family have created. But one of the ones that we started implementing immediately in our home was 1 hour a day is tech free, 1 day a week is tech-free, and 1 week a year is tech-free. Okay, I'm going to say that again because it is mind-blowing, right? 1 hour a day is tech-free, 1 day a week is tech-free, and 1 week a year is tech-free. So we started reading this book at the beginning of the summer of 2017 and implemented it immediately, that particular thing that we learned. And what we decided was for our family, my husband and I can both shut down. We both work our full business on the go, on our cell phone all the time. He being a real estate broker, me being a network marketer. And so we decided that from 7 to 8 p.m. every single night, we would put down our technology on the kitchen counter. Nobody would touch it, and we would go either enjoy a family meal or family game night or cuddle on the couch and watch a show. I know that's technology, but sometimes game night wasn't, what we wanted to do, or go for a walk. We were going to do something as a family where we weren't going to be looking at our phones at all, okay? That is really hard when you own your own business. But it's not only hard for us, but it shows our kids that there are times that we are going to put down the phone, that we're willing to take that risk to really invest in them and have meaningful conversations. It was awesome. We started doing it right away. We noticed great results. The next thing too that we started doing was that 1 day a week. Now, that is Sunday for us because Sunday is our day of rest. But I'm being totally honest, there are times I have to check my phone. So we made up a rule in our house that when mom's in her office or dad's in his office, that means we're doing work. We're not just checking Snapfish, Instagram, Facebook. We are literally working. We're going to check in really quick and come back out. So they know that let's be honest, if you're in the middle of doing something on your phone, your kids interrupt you and you're doing something for work, how snippy do you get? I hope I'm not the only one, because I get really aggravated and annoyed because I'm right in the middle of something, but they don't understand, because most kids and teenagers use their phone for fun, for pleasure. They're not using it for work. So my kids also have to check their homework through an app on their phone for school. So again, if they need to check something for school because they're working on homework or whatever on a Sunday, they have to go into their room where they have a desk, check it, and then get right off of it and put it right back on the kitchen counter. So Sundays are 1 day a week where we're pretty much tech-free that day from our technology. And then the 1 week a year, we actually got to implement this summer in Utah. We went away for a week, and I normally check in the whole time. I keep my phone right beside me. I didn't even use my phone for pictures this year or videos so that I could totally be cut off from my business. And I did check in every morning, and I checked in every night, and I helped anybody who was new, who needed that help. I had other people lined up because I was very proactive this time and made sure people knew where I was going to be for that week. And let me tell you, that week was so much sweeter than any other week I've ever had before. I wasn't stressed, I wasn't worried, I wasn't anxious. I was enjoying my kids and really enjoying the moments, even the moments of just chilling out on the couch or playing games, as well as the moments of hiking and really enjoying being outside in the nature. So 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, and 1 week a year of being tech-free. So how can you start this right now? The biggest thing is developing some tech rules in your home, whatever that is for you. Yes, I love this book, but not everybody loves to read. I would say get it on Audible. It's one of my favorite easy to use apps, that way you can listen to it anywhere you go. But in the meantime, start some rules now. One of our rules in our house is at night, there's a certain time at night where the kids have to put their phones on the kitchen counter, and my husband and I do too. We don't bring our phones to bed with us. Nobody does. They're on the kitchen counter, because guess what? As long as you're in my house, I'm paying rent, and those phones are mine. Whether your kid paid for that phone themselves or you paid for it, they live in your house for free. So if you want to look through their phone, you have the right to look through their phone, mom and dad. So check it out. That's why my kids leave them on the counter. They know I'm going to be looking through their phones. They don't know when, but that gives me the opportunity to look at their phones at least a couple of days during the week and checking out what's really going on. And it allows my husband and I to leave our work on the kitchen counter and go to bed together and have that intimate time of being with one another without seeing my phone buzz or light up, because that does distract me, let's be honest. So those are some great easy rules that we started right away. Where will your cell phone be? Where will your laptop be? Where will your iPad be when you're not using it? And when can your phones be used? When can they not be used? And then what time does technology need to be put away at night? That's something you guys have to decide together. One of the other quotes that I absolutely love from this book was, "Cars are for conversation." that is something that we implemented immediately. You can implement tomorrow. I will be honest with you, I love that my kids are quiet in the car when they're on their phone. I got a little too used to that because with our very first car that we had with our kids, our first minivan, there were little DVD players in there with TVs. And when my kids were little and they cried all the time in the car, I'd throw on that Praise Baby or Baby Einstein and they would be quiet. And it was like a miracle. Some of you can relate. So from then on, what happened to me was I just allowed technology in the car. It kind of overruled us. And I was missing out on some serious conversations, or I was trying to talk with the kids and they would be stuck in their phone, right? And I also have kids that are going to be growing up to be drivers, and I want them to see that I'm not on my phone. I'm not checking text messages. I'm not looking at my Facebook while I'm driving the car. I am an attentive driver focused on the road. And so I really started this Cars Are for Conversation immediately. And it's actually funny because some of my older son's friends now, when they get in the car, they know. We've made it a rule in my car. They're like, oh, I remember, Cars Are for Conversation. Here's my cell phone, Mrs. Blair. And it's kind of a joke, and I know they're teasing, but guess what? I hear the best conversations in my car. I can hear what they're talking about. They talk to me. I know about everybody's love life. I know everything that's going on at that school. I know everything that's going on in sports and in their world, and I love it. I'm developing relationships with my kids and their friends. And my kids are starting to talk to me about way more things now that cars are for conversation. So that's another one that you can implement immediately into your home. And you have to just take control. Sometimes you have to take control over your family and where things are headed and what you want done. What are the most important things to you? What are the most important things to your husband, to your kids? And spending that time nightly in a technology-free time zone is going to help you to have deep conversations and not worrying about who's texting you, who's messaging you, who's liked your latest Facebook post or your latest blog post. It's going to help you to really stop and listen to what those people are saying instead of hearing it, but it's kind of going right off your head. Instead, you're in a deep conversation with them. So I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What are some things that you do in your home to keep technology where it should be in the right place in your home? What are some things that you're going to start to implement? What are some things you learned today that you love? I also absolutely love the Holderness family. If you haven't checked them out, they're hilarious. They're always doing funny videos. But the one that really caught me and really reminded me of why it's so important to do exactly what we're talking about today with technology and really putting guidelines on it is it went to I'm sexy and you know it, but it was she's texting and I know it, or he's texting and I know it. And it was like showing the mom in the bathroom like texting, in the bathroom hiding from the family, or the husband's doing that, or they're not ready to go out because one of them's busy texting. And it's just hilarious. And the kids are like, she's texting and I know it. And it's just hilarious, but it really reminded me it's so important that we're showing our kids. Do we want them to be like this when people are talking to them as they get older? No, we want them to be emotional, intelligent human beings who have empathy for others, and that truly starts with them having communication skills. So go check out that video. I'll post it on the blog that you can find on BlairCritch.com. Make sure to join us at Blessed Mama Bosses, where you can get even more great life hack, mom hacks, all kinds of great ideas, inspiration, motivation. And I would love to hear from you. How is this helping you right now? What are you going to implement right now? And share with us. And I'll also share the book that I mentioned today, The Techwise Family by Andy Crouch. Have a great day.